did you guys want to have a look at some buildings?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
So that's actually very nice as well. So let me grab that for you.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. So
So buildings is something that
Boxes first.
in the past they haven't been the easiest to come by, have they? A lot of people really had to scratch build their own buildings, but I mean, buildings can be quite a handful to try to scratch build.
that's right. And Bachmann, specifically branch line, they have been very proactive in the past, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 years.
Yep.
And they've produced a huge amount of really, really detailed buildings. And scale as well.
Especially if you're making a little village. I mean, by the time you add a number of buildings to your village,
That's right.
you scratch build in, they'll take you a lifetime.
And they're all resin buildings, so
Yes.
fully painted and weathered, which is really
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, it's really great. The level of detail is better than what a lot of modelers can achieve, really, without a tremendous amount of time and skill invested. So
That's right.
you can create quite a professional looking model railway with a village relatively quickly.
And they're creating all this ecosystem where you can build, like almost connect them together to create this kind of the station or the village and all the accessories, because there's lots of, you can see a couple of accessories there too, which is quite nice. So, all right, show us what you've got.
All right. So first thing, so these are all. So this is part of Bachmann's Scenecraft range. So the ones we're going to look at first are double O gauge or sort of like HO gauge, so the most common one. And the first one we'll look at is the petrol station.
A petrol station.
Yeah, petrol station.
Look at this. That's what these are.
Oh, it's old school.
Yeah, so you've got the petrol Bowsers in the plastic bag.
Okay. Old school petrol
Which is
Bowsers.
neat. Yeah.
Like, what, are they 50s, 40s?
Probably 40s, 50s, maybe even later time period.
Yep.
So this is the Aydensville Garage, and it has all sorts of information about the proprietor. But you could effectively cover those with whatever you want.
Yep.
With your name.
Yeah, you could. You could put anything you on there that you want. There's a nice level of detail there, and plenty of room for a fun garage scene that you could peer through the door and see, perhaps.
And you can also put some LEDs and put some lights.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But this would go good with some Oxford brand diecast cars. Like even if you weren't in model railways, you could display your 1 to 76 scale cars with this.
Sure, the side yet the texturing actually on the wall, I think should come pretty good on camera actually.
It's almost like concrete.
Oh, the rendering.
Is the render, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's really nice actually.
Got the individual tiles too on the ceiling, on the roof.
I've got a question for you guys regarding this. For dioramas, this I'm estimating should work with some Gundams if you want to do it as part of the, say, old English style diorama.
Well, you could do. I guess with this scale, the closest would be 1 to 60.
Yeah.
So with a Gundam, so it wouldn't look that out of place. So it could do.
You can probably do in 7-second scale aircraft or perhaps
Yes,
Yeah,
like tanks and things like
it's
that.
not
That'll work
perfect,
too.
but yeah, could
Yeah.
get close enough.
You wanna, let's have a look at another one. But yeah, you're right. 1 to 76 scale and 1 to 72 aren't too dissimilar, so you could potentially get away with
That's right.
that. Yeah. And another one we're going to look at is the Leston signal box. So there's a whole range of Leston themed buildings. So that particular region has a very distinctive brick that they would have used, and you can carry on that theme by buying other buildings within that range that have the same sort of design style. So this is like a little signal tower that you'd find along the line. And again, it's very nicely detailed with nice brick and weathering. One thing I really like about what Bachmann does with their signal boxes, and this has been consistent with all of the ones we've seen, is that the roof is removable and the interior is detailed.
Oh, wow.
So you've got wooden floorboards in there.
Yep.
And the idea being is that you can put signalmen in there and maybe some signal stands and detail it. And if you wanted to add lighting,
And everything, yeah.
that could totally be achievable with little effort as well. So that's a really nice touch.
And you can see also the gutter here. It's
Oh, yeah.
on the side here. It's really well detailed.
Yeah, there's rain gutters on the roof, and that would carry on there. And you've got your little notch cut out for the chimney,
The chimney, yeah.
and then you put that on, and then it all goes together. There you go. There's your gutter and how it meets the roof there. So that's really nice. It's a small signal tower too, so that would be good for a small layout.
I'm really impressed with the finish on the bricks. They look really nice.
And we'll have a look at. I really like this one. This one was really cool.
Well, that's up your alley, isn't it?
Yeah. So you guys like beer?
Love beer.
So if you love beer, you're gonna love this building.
Right.
So this is an Aust House, and what that basically is, it's Old English for I'm just trying to think of the word now. It's escaped my brain.
Hops.
Yeah, so this is basically for roasting hops, drying hops out for beer production.
Good stuff.
So basically, it's a kiln. That's it. It's Old English for kiln. So this cylindrical building, this silo-like building,
Yep.
would have fires in the bottom of it, and then
Yep.
you'd lay your harvested hops along here.
Yep.
And then the smoke from that would get funneled up, so through the roof, through this where this weather vane is, and it's really cool. You got the chicken on the weather vane, and then that would spin around with the wind to divert where that's blowing.
Yep.
And these are apparently at one point there were like 5,000+ of these across the UK and probably across Europe. I know there's some
wow.
in Australia as well.
Right.
When they were an important part of beer production, and now a lot of these have been turned into like country cottages and houses.
Wow.
But they're really cool. And if you had a scene on your model railway layout where you could have like a goods train full of hops,
Yep.
have like some beer production sort of thing going on. So I thought that was really cool. If you look at the top barn door, there's like even a small hoist with like a pulley on it.
Oh yeah.
So that's really cool. But it's a great looking building. I think this is modeled after the kind of building style that you'd see in Kent, England.
Right.
So it's quite accurate in that sense. But yeah, really cool. Really, really cool one.
I like how it's got those odd black bricks here and there.
Yes.
Black bricks, or are they?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. There's a pattern almost.
Yeah.
It's random, but you're right.
Yeah,
It's
It's random, but there's almost a system.
Yeah.
So it makes you wonder if when they were laying the bricks, if they just had an odd, like
Black
darker
line,
brick
dark
every
line,
now and
yeah,
then,
yeah.
or if they did that for like to break it up for visual
Yeah,
interest.
could be.
I'd love to know. If anyone's a bricklayer, please let us know.
Yes.
And then I thought I won't take it out of the box so you can see it quite clearly, but this is a N gauge. This is Graham Farish, like the locomotives we were looking at. This is what they call a low relief building. So it's really just the facade of it, basically. So this would go up against a backdrop.
Yeah.
Saves you having to have a whole building if you don't have a lot of space. Might be difficult to see the title on the front of it, but this is Balti Towers.
Balti Towers.
Balti Towers. So it's an awful lot like a particular British comedy
I
show
was
that
going to
was
say,
popular.
Balti Tower, yeah.
Yeah, but I think this is an alternate universe. At Balti Towers, John Cleef is the actor who played in Balti Towers. So
Don't mention the war.
I won't. I
Don't
certainly
mention the
won't.
war.
But yep, alternate universe, Balti Towers. I thought that was really funny.
Yeah. Good.
But we got tons. We got tons of Graham Farish and Scenecraft buildings that have come in.
Definitely.
This is just a small selection of that. So if you guys are interested, it's worth having a look.
For sure.
Fantastic.
Well, we've had so much new stuff coming, haven't we?
Yeah.
It's been a busy week for that.
It was a
So
little bit quiet, and then kaboom, it's all gone.
full house. Brilliant. So thank you, Marlin.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Marlin.
I will take my building
Oh,
boxes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank you.
we keep the buildings.
Oh, you will? Yeah, that's okay. I'll
And
put the
joking.
boxes down here.